What's good, y'all? Welcome back. We got another banger recipe for y'all today, all right? So if you was born in the late 1900s, you know what time it is with this dish. We finna be making some spaghetti. But it ain't just any old regular spaghetti. You know, we had to razzle dazzle bougify it up a little bit, all right? We're making a homemade sauce in the meatballs, y'all. They stuffed with mozzarella cheese on the inside of that thing. So the flavor is going crazy. And I'm telling you, this gonna hit like nothing else. And then you top that sauce up with a piece of garlic bread. 10 out of 10, for sure. All right, but all the ingredients is in the description box below so you can make this along with me. And then also while you're down there, if you ain't already subscribed to the channel, just real quick, hit that subscribe button. This just take half a second. You know what I mean? And then also tap that notification bell so you can be notified first when new recipes is coming your way, all right? Well, let's get it.
I do my thing in the kitchen. My name is Cord, I'm for the culture, and I'm here with a vision. We here to talk, chop it up. They say the odds are stacked against us. We ain't seen that bet. And the things we do in kitchens, y'all ain't seen that shit. Yes, Lord, let me talk. Listen, man, we here for a good time, not a long time. Matter of fact, we here for a great time. You know, Turned in the Kitchen Culture Podcast.
Chances are, if you grew up kind of, you know, similar to me, you might have eaten spaghetti 3-4 times out the week if it was made on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Because you had to make things stretch. But, I'll tell you what, we're going to bougify it a little bit, and nothing will be the same after this. I can guarantee you that. So look, we're going to get us some Italian sausage, get you about a pound of that. It don't matter if it's mild, hot, sweet, whatever. Get your favorite Italian sausage, ground Italian sausage. Ground meat, I personally feel like you don't need to go through the extra step of washing it. All right, now also we got a pound of some ground beef. Go ahead, add that on into the party. Then we're gonna add in some seasoned breadcrumbs. Now you're gonna add you about 1/4 to 1/2 cup, but I kind of just measure with my eyes, you know what I mean? This is gonna help with binding everything. Now you're gonna get you some garlic paste, all right? So I'm using roasted garlic paste, but regular garlic paste will be just fine too. So squeeze you a little bit of that on in, then crack you in 1 egg. Boom. So look, with this, go ahead and get your hands in the mix and work everything around. All right, so we're gonna get us an ice cream scoop and scoop out some of this mixture, all right? We wanna make sure all of these meatballs is even size. So we're gonna put our mozzarella inside and then just roll this up into a ball. Set this on some parchment paper and let that hang out until you finish all your meatballs. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and hit our skillet with some olive oil, just a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and dump in our diced bell peppers. I like to get multicolored, but if you wanna use just green, just red, you know, do whatever floats your boat. And we're gonna add in a whole diced yellow onion. All right, so we're gonna let these veggies saute for about a good 5 minutes. All right, now once your veggies is nice and sauteed down,
add you in a little teaspoon or so of some melanated sugar, a big heaping tablespoon of some tomato paste.
hit it with a little bit of that Tony's, some of that hoochie sauce. Need some Italian seasoning. Go ahead real quick, get this mixed on in together. So we're gonna get us a big can of crushed tomatoes. So it's gonna be 28 ounces. Add the whole thing on in there. Now to get that last little bit, I put a little bit of water in the can. I won't want to leave nothing behind. Now look, I know most of the time when you're making spaghetti, you might be using some jar sauce. And I mean, by all means, that's fine. But to get the best flavor, you gotta make it yourself. Now you're gonna get you a red wine that's kind of more on the drier side, like your Cabernets, a Merlot, something like that. But we'll go ahead and pour us about a cup worth on in. Whatever a cup feel like to you, but all right. So keep in mind, while this simmers, that wine, the actual alcohol is gonna cook off. So you're gonna be left with a deep, like a real rich and deep flavor. All right, we're gonna drop us a few basil leaves on in the mix and some roasted garlic paste. Add us a little bit of that on in there. Go ahead and get everything mixed in. And just a little bit of water. Go ahead and taste your work real quick. Make sure you don't need to make no adjustments to the sauce. Yeah. So if you need to make any adjustments like adding extra salt, or if you want to make it more herby, you can add more Italian seasoning as well. Cover this on up with a lid, and then we're gonna let this simmer for about 30 to 40 minutes on low. All the specific measurements and details that make this recipe is in my new cookbook, The New Southern Table. And when I tell you, it ain't just this one, but you got over 110 other recipes to go crazy with, whether it's Valentine's Day, President's Day, whatever the case is, the cookout. I got you covered, all right? And I even got some real vegetables up in there too, you know what I mean? Even though the channel is mostly big bag, look, we got you with that, you know what I mean? At least about a good 3 to 5. All right, let's get back to the recipe though. So our meatballs that we prepped earlier, we're gonna go ahead and throw these in the oven at 350 for about 35 to 45 minutes. All right, now last thing while everything's finishing up, we're gonna go ahead and boil our spaghetti noodles. I ain't gonna lie, I almost ain't filming it because I mean, you can just follow the instructions on the back of the package. Yes, I need to change my smoke alarm. Stay focused. All right, so, we got a pound of some spaghetti noodles. Add this on in. Normally I say don't add no oil, but since we're not making macaroni and things of that, it's okay if your noodles are a little bit slippery. So we're gonna add just a little bit of oil to your water. So stir your noodles around. Anyway, before I was rudely interrupted, look, stir your noodles around just for a couple of minutes, for a couple of seconds, about maybe 10 to 20 seconds. And we're gonna let these boil for about 8 to 9 minutes. Almost forgot. Now, whenever you're doing your pasta, always salt your pasta water down. Now, use some common sense. Don't like dump half the bottle in there, but you know what I'm saying, just a little bit. But the smoke detectors are unpaid at this point. That's crazy. Meatballs and the sauce are done. So we're just gonna go ahead and put these in. Let the meatballs absorb that sauce. Cause if you recall, we ain't go crazy with seasoning the meatballs just because the sauce got a lot of the flavor. So go ahead and get these meatballs tossed and lost in that sauce. And then, you know, another thing, just depending on how your preference is, if you want to add your noodles into the sauce and then eat off it that way, you can. Me, I like to keep them separate just because I like my, you know what I mean? I like my spaghetti to be a little bit more saucy. Hey, first, we're gonna hit this with a little sauce first. You know, we want to make sure we don't want to eat nothing dry. So go ahead and place that upon the. Whoever made this need to open up a restaurant, cause that's crazy. Sop that up with that garlic bread real quick. Hold on, let me see something. Ooh! Oh yes, Lord. Right on time.
Yes, Lord, let me talk. You tuned into the Chef Cord in the Kitchen. We here for a good time, not a long time. Matter of fact, we here for a great time. Yes, Lord, let me talk.